welcome again to Eastern Park, Bert, and this time can we talk about your managerial career?
You could maybe, but I don't know about me.
You became manager in 1993 and you took over from Jockey Scott, because Jockey Scott had been given the sack.
Jockey.
What were you doing in the period between you finishing your playing career and becoming manager here? Because you had been around a few clubs as coach and manager.
Yeah, on the football side, I was started at Logelly Albert, and then George Farm took me to Race Rovers, and Cowdenbeath came in for me when I was at Race Rovers, and I went to Cowdenbeath. I was 6 weeks there, and Race Rovers come back for me for a manager. So I went back there, worst move I ever made in my life. And
Why was that?
I don't know what it was just things weren't right from the word go. There was no good atmosphere about the place, and there was one or two players that weren't doing the business, and so it was going to take time to sort that out. But I took Bill McTavish with me, and we were doing quite well, and in fact I had made a decision about a player, one of the favourite players of the chairmans and the directors, but to me it was the right decision to get him out, because I'd signed a young boy and I wanted him to play. So I dropped this guy, and in between then I had got Bill McTavish's wages, and there was a P60 in it. Was it a P60 you call it at that time? And Bill says, "What is this bit?" I took it off him. I said, "That's nothing, give me it, I'll sort that out." But I hadn't told Bill I had been at a board meeting and they wanted him out the door. And so I went in and I said to him, "If you don't reinstate that man now," I says, "I'm out that door, I'm finished." And all the hummed and hawed, I says, "Right, okay, I'm going. I'll tell you something, if you don't let the manager manage here, you'll never have a club here." And I walked out the door, and with Bill with me. And then I went from there, I had bought a grocer's shop by that time, and then I converted that into a pub. So I was doing that for a while, and then John Haggart came for me for the Hearts. So, no, this was, I went to the Hearts. It was John Haggart got sacked, and then we got Wally Ormond in. And Wally Ormond let me do everything. I was doing everything there, and they said, "I'll look after you, Bert." And I thought, oh, great. And then it didn't materialise, so I told them I had pressing business problems and that I needed to go. So I left there, and I was settled in my businesses when Alec Paton came along, and we went to Dumbarton. We had a great time at Dumbarton. In fact, we were neck and neck with Dunfermline for the league for a long time. Great spell there, just 1 year, and then St Johnstone come in for us. We had been at a game Alec and I had gone to a game at Cowdenbeath on a cold, snowy night, and Jeff Brown, the chairman of St Johnstone, seen us there, and he said, "If those two come out on a night like that to a game, they must be really keen." And that's what swayed them to come for us when we were at Dumbarton. So they come for us for St Johnstone, and we had five glorious years there. Fabulous. We had moved from the old Muirton into the new McDermott Park, which gave everybody a lift, and they had some fantastic gates then. I bet they wish they could get them now. And so we had a lot of success. So we took them up in the Premier League. We were staying there, and then they wanted a change, and they said I went out the door first, then Alec followed not long after, and things changed. And then what was I doing then? I wasn't doing too much. I went back junior with Rosyth, and that's when I brought Dick in to help me there. And then next thing, the Dunfermline job come up, and I applied for it. I'd never applied for it before, but they had seemed to run through managers very quick at that time, and I thought it's time they got somebody in that can identify with the club and had a bit of feelings for them. So I'd said that the meeting with Mr. Woodrow and his directors, and the next thing, Dick and I were working in C.R. Smith because his brother was well up in C.R. Smith, and he got Dick and I a job in C.R. Smith doing night shifts, which I hated. In fact, Dick and I were that low wages, they used to call us the YTS boys. That's all the wages we were getting. But anyway, they said I got the job, so it went from there. Just come in.
So, was it a job that you probably always wanted?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was, yeah. Always a feeling for the club. It's my club. And so it was a big boost, and of course Dick had to tell Dick to come with me, and he came out to C.R. Smith, and he had his piece bag with him, and he kicked it over the hedge. He said, that's finished with him. So we come in here and tried to get a smile on the faces of everybody, because they were very serious, and they didn't seem to be enjoying their game, and Dick used to slap her fear on the back of the head to get a smile on her face, and she don't know how lucky you are. And we brought in a pair of C.R. Smith overalls and hung them up in the dressing room and said, if she's no happy here, we can soon get you a job. And that kind of wakened them up a bit. And the famous story was Big Evo. We'd spoken to Big Evo before, and he would have had to do his national service in Holland if he hadn't got signed for a club. And we used to hang up his army jacket and say, well, Evo, what is it to be? And the big man, we got the big man for virtually nothing. So it's mainly just picking everybody up and getting a bit cheer about the place, and because if you're unhappy off it, you'll be unhappy on the park, so that's the line we went down.
Do you think that's a thing in this day and age as well? If players are unhappy off,
it reflects on the results. Definitely reflects on the results. And you've all got to pull together. I mean, when you go out there, it's a team game, and the individuals will know win games. They maybe win a game with a flash now and again, but it's a team game, and you've got to pull together, and you've got to do your bit, and you've got to get on with one another. Doesn't matter when you leave here, as long as when you come in here's door you start smiling, and you're no any cliques or anything like that.
So between you and Dick, was there a good cop and a bad cop?
There was a bit, there was. I think everybody could see that. But Dick was a storyteller, and he used to hear them all laughing, and he kept them going. Because I think it's always. I remember speaking to Eddie Turnbull once, and Eddie said to him, always keep them at arm's length. As a manager, don't get too familiar with them, because that's when they might not give you as much attention as you should get. And we kept it that way. Dick went in their nights out and went drinking, not all the time, but he was more into that sort of thing than I was. Maybe a wee bit too serious.
Yeah.
But it seemed to work for a wee while.
Yeah. And your first season here, you finished second behind Falkirk by a point. Maybe a difficult one to take that season.
Oh, definitely. When you go that close, it's always difficult, Was it Jeffries that was at Falkirk then?
I think so.
Big Jeff. Because when I was at Hearts, he was a player, and his assistant Billy Brown was a player at Race Rovers when I was there, so I knew them well. So there was a bit of stick going backwards and forwards, with they two. And for them to pull one over on us in the end was hard to take.
Was there one game at Falkirk that season? Was that the season when Neil Cooper got sent off?
No, David Moyes got sent off.
Was that?
David, first game, I think it was one of the first games, David Moyes got beat 3-2. At Rockville, it was Davy Moyes that got sent off.
I thought Neil Cooper got sent off there as well, did he not?
I can't remember that one. You might be right, but I remember Moyes getting sent off.
When you first came in, what did you do then with the playing staff that was here, and how did you add to it?
Well, when we first came in, we got told that anybody over a certain wage was to move on. And that was your Rob Channon, Scott Leach, Billy Davis, Davy Moyes. No, I thought there was another one. They were all moved on. So, and that to me turned out to be a really good thing, because everybody was on the same wage. And that's the secret we had at St Johnstone, was everybody the same wage, the same bonus, and there's no resentment with any player getting more money than the others. And so that's what happened here. We were all pulling together then, which turned out to be a good thing. But as for money, they said there's no money. I said that's fine, because we'll work away with what we've got and try and improve things, which is what happened. You know, and then as money come in, they would always help us to try and get players in. You know, as little they could give us, they would give us it. And the chairman was first class. He's a great chairman for me. And so we just worked away, and if they had money, eventually get some money, we could go and get add to the staff, which we always try to do. Not always successfully, my wife keeps reminding me. But we did the best with what we had.
Because at that time there was a tight rein kept on the purse strings.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, the players used to get a bit of toast and a bit of cheese. And I mean, the toast they were getting was one of the old boys that worked here. He used to go down to Asda and get the second day bread and things like that, and a bit of cheese, and then they stopped the cheese. So we're actually getting nothing.
Was that Paul DeMello that stopped that?
No, probably wee Paul, forgot about him. Aye, Mac the knife. Aye, well that's what they were doing, they're going through too much cheese. It's things like that, but there wasn't we always remember any visiting teams, you always invite the manager along to your office after it to get a drink. I remember Bobby Williamson and Kenny Thompson coming and would, and they had nothing for them. They went into the gym, which is now the shop, and bought their own. That was a bar at that time. I don't know if you remember that. Kenny went right over it. There was some bar of some sort there, and they bought a couple of cans. And things like that, used to invite people along all the time, you know. It was a wee bit tight, but we just got on with it. We didn't worry about it too much.
What players did you bring in then?
Oh geez, you're testing me now, Christine. Can you help me?
When did you bring in? You brought in the likes of Andy Todd and Stuart Petrie.
Well, I brought Todd in pretty quick. I mean, and that was Gaelic Juniors. £5,000, I think it was 2,000, 2,000 and 1,000. That's how they paid it, as far as I know. He would come in quick, Toddy, because obviously I knew of him, and he needed a chance. He had a chance with some clubs and it hadn't worked out, but he just seemed to settle in here and come on great. And wee Jackie, he was already here, so that was a big bonus. But getting him fitted into the right position would take a wee bit of time. Eve will come in pretty quick. Tatty Cooper was here, Norrie was here, so there was a lot of good players still here.
The second season that you were here again, you lost out in promotion again to the Rovers this time by a point.
They changed the.
Yeah.
That's when they changed the rules. Twice they had done that.
Yeah.
Aye, that was a bit sore, wasn't it? We should have walked it if they had left it alone. Yeah, they were hard to take them, you know, but all credit to the players. I mean, it didn't affect them for the following seasons. They just got on with it and says we'll do it this time.
Because you ended up in the playoff that season.
Is that with Aberdeen?
With Aberdeen.
I always remember that one. That was a sore one, that, because that first game up there, I remember it clearly. But I think they were 1-0 up, or it was 0-0 at the time when Stuart McKimmie had been booked, and they brought Alan Moore down in the box, and the referee waved play on. It was a stonewall penalty, and the boy should have got sent off, but they got away with it. It was a ridiculous decision, and they went on to beat us 3-1 up there, I think, was it?
Yep.
Which made the second game a lot easier for them. But they were good games, they were good crowds. But obviously you've got to get the blow in first if you're playing against a Premier League team. They're always going to be favourites because they're playing at a higher level. But we were quite happy to have a go at them.
That then paved the way for the 95-96 season, where we won promotion. But it was a season that was highs and lows in it. That whole season, because you had injuries to players, you brought in players, there were players left, and then of course the Norrie's death, and you know, it was a season that very emotional for the whole time, I would say.
It was, yeah. Culminating Norrie, I mean, what happened to Norrie was a massive blow to the club, because he was a fantastic player for us and he was a leader. He was a leader in the dressing room, and he loved by everybody. Yeah, everybody loved Norrie. Norrie had time for everybody, and I mean, if there was any carry on going in the club, Norrie was behind it. But that was hard to take that at the time, you know, because it obviously upset the whole place. But I always remember the first game back. I had never been so flat in all my life after a game. I was completely drained. With them going 3-0 up, was it? 3-0 up, or 2-0 up, 3-0 up. And we come back, and then Craig scored that goal. God, I've never felt like that in my life.
It was a strange atmosphere, that game, because everybody was down because.
Well, we had to get the game played, didn't we? We had to start back sometime.
Yeah.
And it took a wee while for us to get together.
But we went ahead, and then they came back at us, and you kind of thought, oh, we're not going to win here at all. And then, as you say, Craig popped up with that
Craig
goal.
scored a great goal that day. I forgot about Craig. Craig was a very good player for me. He could play anywhere. He wasn't so much a shouter. He was a talker, but he wasn't a shouter. But he led by example. He's a very good player, Craig.
It probably taken over the captaincy.
Yeah.
When you looked at it and asked, I take it you asked Craig to be the captain.
Oh,
Why did you pick Craig then?
Well, more with the example he led. I mean, he was a good living guy, and he was a good trainer, and he was liked in the dressing room. And plus, he was a thinker about the game. Remember, I took Craig to Hearts as a schoolboy, along with Maurice Malpas.
Did you?
Craig signed, Maurice Malpas didn't. He went to Dundee United. So I knew Craig for a wee while. It was an easy decision, that one, for Craig to be like a middle of the park player anyway, for communicating the back to the front. You know, these goalkeepers, it's captains now, I can't even see that. I think you've got to be in touch with everybody. But anyway, everybody to their own way.
Because again, you signed players that season, and I think that was the season you signed Andy Smith.
Oh, I remember that was a pot of signing, wasn't it? From Airdrie, and from anywhere. The man's off his head, they said. And then he broke his leg.
Yeah.
And one of his friendly games, wasn't it? One of his pre-season games. He broke his leg. I got a bit of stick for that. But it turned out fine because Andy done really well for us. Because for that season we sold Jackie too.
Yeah.
That was a sore one too, because I think they should have got a lot more for Jackie than they got. But Celtic knew we were desperate. So it's not like Celtic to take advantage of you.
So you said earlier that the guys from the West, the Glasgow boys, make a dress room, you think.
Oh,
So you had the likes of wee Alan Moore.
The Glasgow Sparrow, he never shuts up.
And you had
Big Andy came
Big
too.
Andy, you had Jerry Britton and
Me Geordie Shaw came for a wee spell. They were good. Good. One of the things we were talking there about Jackie's sale. Jackie, it came to the Wednesday and we were playing Dundee United at that night, and the deal had gone through, and Jackie and his dad had come over at their time to see Dick and I. His dad wanted to thank us for helping him on, and of course when he left, Dick and I were, oh for God's sake, what have we got to do now? We felt flat, you know. So I said, come on Dick, get a grip, we've got a game tonight, we got beat 4-0. So all the players had felt the same way. They're sorry to see him go, you know, and it was such a downer. And they beat us 4-0. I remember that clearly. One of which few I remember. But the Glasgow boys they bring something to the dressing room. We used to go up to Perth, and there were 2 or 3, when I was at St John's, there were 2 or 3 Falkirk boys and that, and local boys. And Alec would say to me, we'd been in his office, says, "Is the Glasgow boys in yet?" And I would open the door and say, "No." And then a wee while later I'd open the door, "Oh, eruptions." And I said, "Aye, they're in now." You didn't need to go along to check, you just knew. And they were great, and then to me they've always got that cockiness about them, you know, they've been brought up tough, and they're full of it, and getting to these beyonds, getting to these beats, and used to fire them up. So always great for team spirit, I think. We always had that mix, as I told you earlier, with the Glasgow boys in the 60s, and the same with these guys in the 90s.
Again, that season, when you got promoted, when you won the league, was it a case of relief that you had actually won the league and you were going to get promoted finally after 3 seasons?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just more a case of shutting them all up. That it told us that we had lost the ball and we were going to crack up. And we always remember we went to Tannadice, that time at Tannadice, and they had done a thing in the paper beforehand, and it was all the managers in the league tipping who was going to win, and they had all tipped Dundee United, and they had us splashed over 9-0 because Jimmy Bowen was the only one that said we would win. And so Dick and I, it was this guy, what was the guy in the paper's name? I can't remember his name. He was
Keith Jackson.
Keith Jackson, actually. He was the main one. So at the end of the game when we had won, Dick and I had tossed up to see who goes along to nail this guy. And because Dick won, so he went along and gave him a mouth pay, you know. You've got to lose your bottle and all this rubbish that they come up with. And that always sticks in their memory, that.
The game up at Tannadice was some game.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It actually backfired on Jim McLean because he thought he was smart taking behind the goals away from our supporters and putting us up high up in the stand. But it just made an awful din. And he thought he would probably get a penalty or something putting his own supporters behind both goals. But it backfired because our supporters were magnificent that day. The noise they made was unbelievable. So it really backfired with Jim.
Yeah, and then you had Stuart Peter again.
We got Stuart sent off that day. And
Right.
the thing with playing goals that day, to start in goals, Limerick.
No, it was.
No, it was
No,
Wested,
it
yeah.
was Wasted.
I don't know if Wested had come on, I remember.
No, it was Wasted.
I remember Limerick being injured and like a wounded pigeon, and I said, get that bugger up.
And Stuart had scored the goal.
Stuart nicked the goal. That's right. Stuart.
So did you reckon then that after that game that it was your league?
Oh aye. Oh, without a doubt we weren't going to get beaten with Airdrie at home. No way. So nervy like, but I think we scored quite quick. It was Big Andy scored, didn't he? Don't know who else scored. Was that a penalty of Mark Muller? Mark Muller, another good player. I forgot about Mark.
And then of course you had Hamish as well.
And Hamish, aye, great players that time for us. You know.
And after winning promotion you went Premier League.
Went to the Premier League, aye. That was good, eh?
And that first season you finished 5th in the Premier League, which was the highest that we had.
Well, the when you're going up into a different division, they don't know you. Plus you're fully at yourselves, your enthusiasm's sky high, so that carries you so long, but it carried us a bit further than we thought. And so that was enjoyable then, but by the time they got to know us, it changes things. Once they get a second season, they get to know you know your players better, and they're more prepared than other teams.
But you reached 2 semi-finals as well, because you got to the Coca-Cola Cup semi-final, in which you played against Rangers in the first season, although we got beat 6-1. And then the following season you played Celtic and you lost 1-0 then, and again in the semi-final. So you did quite well in getting to semi-finals of that cup.
Aye, I mean the cup's just a wee bit there's a bit of luck about the cup, about the draw, and then on the day, if you hit the game on the day, you're laughing, you know. So there's quite a bit of luck involved in cup. In fact, the year when I was playing and we won the cup, we felt we were lucky all the way through it. You know, it was in the stars that we were going to win this, and I think the cup's like that. It's a hit or a miss on the day. If you hit a good game on the day, and the breaks go for you, a lot of luck. A lot of luck, the ball breaking the right way, or somebody scoring a goal, whatever.
Who do you think was your was your best signing or most important signing that you
Best signing? Well, Andy Todd took a bit of beating, didn't he? For nothing. Big Evo taking a bit of beating for nothing. You know? Big Andy, we paid money for him, but he done really well for us. Stuart Peachey done really well. Mark Muller, Mark come in. We paid for these guys, but like say Toddy and Evo, who were getting for nothing, they were really good.
So, and when you're looking at your signings, look back on them, you got a lot out of the players that you didn't pay a lot for.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, that was secret to any management. I think getting the best out of your workforce. You know. But we were good types. I can remember Dick and I going to interview a big centre half, and we always liked to talk to them beforehand to just get, is he keen or is it money he's wanting? And we were sitting in a cafe in Dundee talking to this guy, and I just said, Dick, time to go, Dick. He'd be more interested in talking about himself and his money. And you can tell right away if they're going to mix or if they're going to be settled in the dressing room and no disturb it. We always try to talk to them beforehand to get an insight into what kind of character they were, you know. And we turned away one or two that thought they were better than what we were. Oh, just don't feel. Aye, you always do that.
So you must have had good man management then.
Well, people have said that, but you've got to have that. I mean, if you're not getting that, you're going to upset people, and people will not play for you. They've got to want to play for you. You know, they've got to be happy at their work. You know, that was Dick's favourite saying: "You're happy at your work. If you're not happy, go out the door. There's plenty of room for other people. You know, if you don't want to be here, we don't want to keep you."
Yeah, as you said earlier, you got a lot of stick for signing Andy Smith, but again, he was one of the seasons in the Premier League. He was the top goal scorer here. Jerry Britton had been the top goal scorer before, so the two of them put away some goals.
Good players, two of them. Jerry was different from Andy. Jerry was more holding the ball up, and more individual skill than Andy, but what Andy had was his enthusiasm and his up and at them. He could score goals, Andy, so could Jerry, right enough. But two good players. I don't know if they ever played much together, did they? That's hard to see, I can't remember. You see, sometimes the blend's there and sometimes it's no, you know. So you've seen it yourself. We used to always see a big boy and a wee boy works, or a big slow boy and a wee quick boy. And, you know, it doesn't always, the chemistry's not always there. You've got to, people will say, well, why is he not playing him? Why is he not playing him? It's because they didn't play well together. You know, you get all sorts of that. It's the same in the middle of the park. There's getting it now with Man U, with Pogba, Rooney, where they've got to play them. This is what happens, this is what you come up against, then your man management comes into that. You pick the ones that work well together, two centre halves together, two fullbacks and the goalie. You've got to hear that all over. Well, it's man management, you get the best out of the players that they can give you. If you can get that, we always praised them, you know, we were forever praising them when they done well and they done great. We always let them know that they've done really well.
When you looked at players that you wanted to bring in, and you say that you went and spoke to them, you say you made a decision right away with that centre half.
We could sniff it. Yeah, that guy knew if they're keen to come or no, or they're more interested in their own financial side of it, or talking about themselves. But it was the same with, like, say, Andy Smith and Jerry Britton. I mean, we done a lot of background reports on all these guys. Stuarty was at Forfar, but I used to go up there quite a lot because the boy I worked for at Forfar was the manager, Tommy. So I knew Stuart Beattie before I come in. You know, but you still do your homework on all these players.
I can remember saying to you at one point, why did you sign Andy Smith? And you're like,
there you go.
and I remember you saying he scores goals, but he obviously fitted in.
You said, is that all he does?
But he obviously fitted. You could see him fitting in with the rest.
Oh, Andy, God, I don't know if you know Andy, but Andy gets up singing and everything like that. And he's one of the boys and he takes a stick. I always tried to look after the players, and if they got a bit criticism in the paper, I'm just going to tell you a story now. Andy was like this, you see, and this guy had been giving him a bit of stick in the paper, and he wasn't on about his ability, he was on about his appearance and Scottish Cup and all this. God, I think that guy's out of order. He says, I'm going to nail him. So we're playing at Tynecastle, North Tynecastle, Easter Road. And that guy, after the game, we're going to press, and I'm walking along to the press room, and here's, I sees this guy, and I said, hey, see you? I said, have you ever had a look at yourself? You're one ugly bugger. And I gave him a mouthful, you see. And he stood up against him, and then I walked away, and Dick come running up and went, Bert. He says, what is it? I says, what is it? He says, that was the wrong guy. Jonathan Northcroft. It was a big blonde guy, the same as him. Dick says, that's the wrong guy. And then they call him the next day, it says, I don't know what upset Bert paid me. So there are always things like that happening, you know, to keep it bubbling over. But we always try to protect the players for the press and all that, you know, they could slaughter you and say, watch what you're saying to that guy. But so as Joyce says, you were never friendly with the press. You should court the press, because the press can do you a lot of damage and they can do you a lot of good. But to me, I used to take it to heart if they were criticising the players or me, or I used to take it. I would bear a grudge, and
Keith Jackson got it.
and no give them no give them any quotes or anything like that. Just no. In fact, when Dick and I first took over, keep me right, we got beat the first 4 games. First 3 games, I think, and then we played Rangers here and won the cups. So we're doing the press, we went along to do the press conference, and the chairman had said to me before the game and that, I was talking about him, and he says, Bert, he says, I got a phone call today from, oh Christ, what's his name? Anyway, we reporter, Hugh Keevins. I got a phone call today. He says, are you thinking of changing your manager after the result at the start I've had, you see? I says, 3 games or 4 games before we played Rangers. And anyway, I said, is that right? He says, aye. He says, I told him where to go. I said, that's what you should do. So we're going along to the press conference, and he's Radio Clyde, is it? And he's standing next to the press conference, and he's got his mic in his hand, you see. So I went, oh. I said to him, I got him with this. I said, see you wee bastard. I said, don't ever come back to this stadium. I said, not to see you again. I said, I'll knock your head in. So, unknown to us, we didn't know if this mic was on or off. You see, we never gave it a thought. And so I walked on, and Nick says, and that goes for me too. So Nick said the same. So this was he was, and that's what he done. He phoned up to see if they were wanting, would they replace Jim Leishman after the bad start. Your manager said, at 3 games, that's what like. So needless to say, I've never seen him since. but the press, I didn't go on with the press. I didn't like the press. Too critical. They were always, the bottle's gone, their bottle will go, and all this carry on. It kept going on and on and on. They're a Group 1 team and all this rubbish that they come up with.
You got a lot of stick for the style of play that you had on the pitch, but the fans loved it because you were going forward, you were attacking.
Yeah.
So if you're attacking, you're no defender.
Well, I said to him, if you've got a big boy up in front, you're not going to give him the ball at his feet. He'll fall over it. I said, you've got to play. They're assets. Jerry could header a ball, Andy could header a ball. There's no shame in going long. We've played with 2 wingers. They never got any credit for that. You know, nowadays the wingers they're finished. They're done.
Yeah.
They're all fullbacks now, come forward. You know.
Because
So it was a lot of rubbish. They could say that to any team that play Roy Boys. See Manchester United. See, any of them, just go to any of them, see how many long balls they play. If they've got a good centre forward, you do that.
I can remember Andy Smith saying that, talking about Stuart Peary, because Stuart Peary could go down the wing and send a decent ball in, and he would just have to head it in the net. And the same with Alan Moore as well, Moorey for Andy Smith.
That's right. That's right. You try and give him that ammunition. You try, if he's a wee quick nippy boy, you're probably looking for him darting through and pushing through balls for him to use his asset. But we didn't hear that. We just had Big Andy and Big Jerry up front, or Big Evo, or any high balls into the box. If Norrie goes up, Neville goes up, Andy Todd goes up. what's the harm in that? Every club in the country does that, but oh no, we were a Route 1 team, they said. And yet we were the leading scorers in Britain at one time. They never gave you much credit for that, no.
And you went so many, the
17 games, I think, unbeaten.
Unbeaten, yeah. Which was good.
Oh aye, God, any team doing that, I mean, it takes a bit of doing. But we had good players and good scoring goals. Despite what all they were saying about the bottle and all that, carry on.
Which player then would have given you the biggest headache?
Mark Muller. He wasn't named as Tasmanian Devil for nothing. That's what they named him, Tasmanian Devil. Mark was a very, very talented player, but he took a bit of handling. But he could play, he was a good player. So we tried our best to get the best out of him, which we did a lot of the time. But
was there anybody else? Or was he the
hard
worst?
to handle. In our team? No, we got rid of them if it had been. No, not really. No, I can't think of anybody. Sharpie maybe. Sharpie was a bit of a wild card. Nice guy, good guy, Sharpie, but no the full shown.
He got sent off a couple of times too.
Oh, that was funny, that one. Against Airdrie. When the wee nipper Lawrence was always diving about. Because Sharpie, what was it? Somebody got sent off, eh? Before Sharpie, somebody got sent off, no?
No, he got sent off quite early on in the game.
He did. And I remember shouting at the ref, he never touched him. I think the nipper dived again. And Dick says, Bert, I said, what? I said, look at his ankle. And the blood was dripping at his ankle. And then this towel it was red with blood. I'm shouting at the ref, he never touched him. That was the time he was sent off. Against Stanley Stewart was it? He had hit too. I think he had done the two of them. Sharpie was a bit a lad off the park, you know, but he was a good player too, Sharpie. Just no enough trouble to bother us much, you know, not to fine them or to spend them and all. We didn't do that sort of thing. You know, we treated them like adults.
Who gave you the least amount of bother then?
Hamish. Without a doubt, Hamish. Not that we had much bother at all, to be quite honest with you. Dick would probably took the brunt of it anyway before it comes to me. You know, he would probably quieten a lot of things down and sort a lot of things out before it even gets. Don't let it go to the boss. He'll go mad. We're playing the Rangers with Ibrox, and after the game, I had to come along. We've got a bottle of beers, we've got a big table, we've got everything, chicken nuggets, sandwiches, pies, sausages, all the drinks you could get. Help yourselves, boy. I said, we'll look after you when you come through East End Party. So we come back, this fixture, they're coming through. I said, all Wally used to do the Wally.
I know who you mean.
All Wally. Go down to Asda's and get me some for Archie and that coming, you know. Archie and Walter's coming tomorrow, they're very good to us. So Wally says, I've got some gavel, said, just put it in my cupboard in my room, rushing away. So next day, mind you come along, Archie. Walter, mind you two's come along. I will be along. Says, we've got something special for you today. See? So they come along, and of course, I says, where's that cake, Dick? It's in the cupboard. So I get it out of the cupboard, and here I puts it on the table, and there's a sticker on it, reduced to £1 sticker on it. They said, you're You know, I heard what they called us on that day. That was a laugh. That's all we had for him, this cake. He says, "You're miserable." That's in Waller.
Did you think it hindered you then, not having any money to spend?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I hate to say it, but the money was splashed after I left. And you see with the trouble that you can get with splashing too much money. That was the danger too, but it's easier to manage with money than manage without it. I can assure you that.
Because after a few seasons, you decided that you'd had enough.
Had enough.
Why was that? What was it?
When I look back now, it's a 24-hour job, you know, and it was just going on, and I'm sitting at a dinner table with my two girls and my wife, and not knowing they're there, you know, all that kind of stuff. And they said, I didn't realise, but I lost about a stone and a half by the time I had packed it in. I think, when I look back, I think it was just the sheer pressure of the whole thing. One of the things I've always said is it's harder to manage your local club if you're local. You know, because I couldn't go out the door. I've never been up the high street in Dunfermline for years. You didn't always get hassle. You get most people talking to you, want to talk to you and talking about this and that. So you couldn't go out the door, and so it was a constant all the time, and I just felt that Joyce and them weren't happy with it. They could see it in me that I was getting obsessed with it, and I think it was being with our local club. I think that had a lot to do with it. I mean, if I had been some of the other boys that went away to stay in Glasgow or Edinburgh after it, you wouldn't get the same hassle, no hassle, but the same attention that you would, you know, if you stay in the place. So it was difficult. I mean, you try and know about the door.
Be a recluse.
Well, the same thing happened as a player, and I went to live in Kirkcaldy. To get away from it, I went to live in Kilspindy Crescent in Kirkcaldy, just because when I was up in Albany Street, I couldn't get to the door. This old boy was nailing me all the time, and it was the same scenario, but obviously 10 times, 20 times worse.
Yeah.
More pressure. I think it's just really the pressure.
Yeah. And then Dick took over, but then you came back in a different role.
I know, and that was the biggest mistake I made in my life, because certain things.
Because when you finally left the club, I think you were really quite disillusioned, is that?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. It's to see what was going on, and the people that was coming into the club, that I wouldn't have had anywhere near the place. They're still there, some of them.
But you said, do you mean then maybe the people on the board or out west?
Just the way the whole thing was run, you know, the whole, you know, it had changed so much. I thought it was a really happy wee club, you knew everybody, but then all of a sudden there's people coming in you didn't know, and it just had changes, and the way things had moved on, which I didn't agree with. So I just stayed out of the way.
I think some people thought that you had, when you finally left, that you actually had a raw deal from the club. That you weren't.
Well, and on reflection now, it's easy now, but I should have left straight away. As soon as Dick left, I should have left. But I regret that. But I got involved with the community, and I was enjoying that too, because the school kids and all that, but then they cut back on that too, and I think, Christ. So,
and that again
and then they had a couple of boys working in the community, and they were talking about cutbacks, and I said, it's either them or me, and I says, I'll go because I've got a pension, and you guys stay in the job, which was John Glancy and Malcolm, John and Malcolm. So I thought they were going to get the bullet, and so I said I'll go, and that's how it worked out. But it was enjoyable with the kids and going into schools, and they loved it. I mean, they loved all that side of it, you know.
Because while you were here, you had David McParland was here as well, wasn't it? At the time you were here, and
Under me.
And, yeah, well, there was in at the club, and you had Ronnie Simpson as your goalie coach as well.
Aye, Ronnie. Yeah. Aye, Dave McParland. Davey was good with the kids. Davey he worked with kids since he finished his manager's career. He was always involved in the game. Davey was a good man. Ronnie, we got Ronnie in too. Ronnie was good for the goalkeepers for West End. Anybody else we had then? It was Guido, I think. Guido as well.
Guido was here, yeah.
Aye. Everybody's got goalkeeping coaches now. But you can't do it all yourselves, you know. I was mainly concerned with the first team or so, but they also told them that don't interfere with the youth policy. If I go, if you change the manager, leave the youth policy, let her keep running, because these things take ages to mature.
But it didn't.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
How did you get on with referees? You said you weren't working on the press. How did you get on with referees?
I'll speak to him on the Saturday, George Smith. He's a supervisor now. I get on sometimes. It was a laugh when I was at the Motherwell game, and the boy was kicking lumps with Jerry Britton, Motherwell away, and the referee was doing nothing about it. So I gave him a mouthful, and they sent me to the stand, and then I was up in front of the committee, and they fined me £500. But Mr. Drysdale, who was a great supporter from Australia, he paid it for me. I think he was at the game. He said it's a terrible injustice what they've done, and he paid £500, but because I was suspended too, he couldn't do that for me. So another one was I was up in front of him for acting when I went to Ibrox. You know what it's like going to Ibrox or go to Celtic. Sometimes you say, well, I go along and give them a go to start with, and then the ref can get on with the game, because you generally find you're up against things there. And I was on the touchline saying, you're chicken to him. And I got a letter saying that I had been misbehaving in the touchline, I had been acting like a hen. It didn't say chicken, it says hen. I got that letter in the house here, I think. I said acting like a hen, because I went up in front and I got my knuckles wrapped and I let off. So that was funny. They couldn't say a chicken, they said a hen. I said, oh. But when you get to Glasgow, there's a banter with the crowd, and it's really quite good at times, you know. And so you're always coming backwards and forward with them, because the guy in the stand had reported me, supervisor in the stand, no knowing what's going on, but he's seen me doing this, you see. So he's saying he's acting like a hen. But well, they're no bad. Some of the refs were no bad, but some of them are a bit weak.
Did you find the referees were better when you were a player than when you were a manager?
Oh, aye, I think so. But when I was a player, there was no supervisors watching and taking note of everything they do. I mean, they would come and talk to you or tell you off, or you know, you had a bit come and go with them. Big Tiny was, if you think I'm giving the corner, Mr. Paton, after running all that way, things like that, you know, he'd come up with all these sorts of things. You had a wee bit come and go with them, but no, now you do only talk now. But I'd say that they've got a very difficult job, harder nowadays. We all just carry on at corner kicks, free kicks. It's ridiculous now. They're well paid, but I wouldn't like their job.
On your time here at East End Park, which time did you prefer, or was there any difference?
There's no argument. Playing.
Playing.
Anyone will tell you that. Most enjoyment's playing. I mean, I'm going in the park more or less concerned about my own self and that. As the manager, how many are you looking for? Are you responsible for everybody's staff and everything? So playing, any player will tell you that. I've never seen a player that would say any different. That playing is the best time of your career. Definitely.
Well, on behalf of the Heritage Trust, Bert, thank you for
Trust.
speaking to us, and it's been great hearing you talk about your career as a player and manager.
Well, you were there, have you?